Sunday is fast approaching and we once again do not have a video to do, but I had a gym session today and I realized the fella who owns the gym that I work out at has a pretty kick-ass sneaker collection and a really nice space. So we're back here, I'm back here as I am every day, about to get in a new episode of the Off-Duty series with my man Kunal Rajput, aka Subtle Strength on Instagram. Kunal is a certified Nike trainer and so much more. Let's get into it and check out what he's got to offer. What's going on?
Thank you for having me.
For you, man.
Can we come in?
Yeah, please.
Oh man, oh.
Hi, my name is Kunal Rajput. I am a fitness coach in the last 10 years. I am one of the Nike coaches and I am the founder of this online platform called as Unlock and now the owner of this beautiful studio called as Breathe. So welcome to Breathe.
Kunal, when you first walk in, the gym doesn't feel like a very typical gym. What were you thinking when putting it together from a design standpoint and the energy?
Well, we didn't want to keep it very grungy first of all because I was speaking to a lot of people and one of my friend and she gave me those stats, 7 out of 10 people who walk into a gym have never been into a gym. And there's no culture when it comes to working out. So I wanted to make something more inviting and less intimidating.
How is the gym split up?
So the first part is the most important part, which is actually why the gym basically started. We wanted a studio for an online platform called as Unlock. And that is why this particular area is where we end up taking our 7 a.m. sessions. And around 400.
Which are run online?
It's just everything online. And this is a sliding folding partition. So
nice, so this closes out.
Yeah, like a proper Bombay style, we kind of squeeze everything in.
Nice.
The bigger part, which is the more hardcore training part, where the idea was to keep it as open as possible so people who actually understand movement and who actually understand that what we are trying to bring over here is not only a space to work out, but also the skill sets of our amazing coaches. So we have a couple of squat racks where you can just lift as heavy as you want to. Heavy enough weights, enough mirrors for you to check yourself out, which you keep doing when you're working out.
This year's cardio.
Yeah, again, the space can be used for whatever because all these machines are super light and you can just move them wherever. But ideally, we wanted to keep 2 separate spaces. One would have been for more intermediate and advanced based clients and one would have been for beginners who basically can just work out in their own space and not be intimidated.
Yeah, I've never been here. For beginners only.
Yeah. Never. This is the cafe, which is probably the most important part for us to build the community.
Yeah.
A lot of gyms, they have the space, but people don't sit and talk. And how can you just go to a space, see like-minded people? And in Bombay, basically people don't have time. So you wanted to give them a space to sit and talk. Post-workout, yeah. And that's why. There's a decent coffee program that's going on over here.
That's a very fancy coffee machine, dude.
Yeah, just I have to save a lot of money for that. So that was that, and smoothies and everything. So we just have kept it as simple as possible.
This is a lot of shoes, dude.
Yeah, there are some.
You have a lot more, from what I hear.
I do.
Rest of them at home?
Yeah, so a lot of running shoes and training shoes that my association with Nike has. So I've been with the brand in the last 8.5 years. So we have a seasonal kitting.
How did that happen?
That happened because they were looking for new coaches and they used to have these sessions called as NTC sessions and they were looking for more coaches. So a friend of mine was one of the first coaches and she gave my name as one of the recommendations. So there were hundreds of other potential coaches and there was a lot of process and I became one of the 4 coaches.
When did you get into shoes and fashion? You're a pretty well-dressed guy.
I think by the virtue of coaching really dynamic personalities and how they presented themselves, it just came upon me that I also have to look in a certain way. It wasn't about dressing up in a certain way, it's about also presenting yourself. And we are in a service-based industry. So it's kind of very important to do that.
What is your first shoe?
One of my first shoes ever that the brand gave me was these 90s, the Flynet 90s, which were basically ID. So they had invited us to Bangalore office, the head office, and they gave us a computer screen and asked us to choose any shoe from the website.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I chose that. I really wanted that. So it also has subtle strength written as the ID behind it.
Oh nice. What would you say is like your favorite sneaker?
Of all time,
Yeah.
I think the most beat up Cortez is like the most.
What else? I see some Jordans.
I think Jordan 4s are the best silhouette according to me from that
The Jordan line?
Yeah, I feel.
It's a very cool shoe.
Yeah, I really love those. And then I just realized that I can't wear ones because I'm not that tall. And also like everybody else wears them. So there's no uniqueness to it.
It's hard.
All of them have like a lot of stories.
You don't have any
behind
like panda dunks, man. What's up with that?
Oh yeah, like I hid them before anybody could comment on them.
How many of these were gifted by Nike?
22 of these. I counted. I was sitting and I counted.
There's 26 that you bought.
Yes. So they can't give me like lifestyle stuff. Of course, like if they feel that I've done a decent job over the course of years and everything, and if the marketing brand manager Dwayne basically likes it, he just like sends a couple once in a while. But like I can't just call them and like, hey, listen, I want those Jordan 4s because they themselves don't get
Don't
it.
get access.
Yeah.
To that, yeah.
And you would know. So like
Yeah.
yeah. So it's kind of like
Yeah, they
difficult.
don't give us anything. And then you have those Comme des Garçons.
Which I think like it's
You got
it's-
two of them.
Yeah.
Do you like them?
Yeah, because I end up buying stuff which I know I can like wear them on the daily no matter what it is. So all the color palettes that you see except these blue ones are more like neutrals. So I can like style them with anything.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm mostly
Where did the
on
blue
charts.
ones come from?
A bad decision, I guess. Or like, just like my recent trip to Singapore, basically, they let us use the Nike employee store, and you get decent discount, and they have rare stuff. So I went and like got the Stussy ones.
Nice.
Then the Vomeros are ones that Prajakta gifted me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
720s are the ones that Nike gifted.
Yeah.
Those are the Flynet runners, which
Nice.
again Nike gifted. Dude, I just like, I was on that entire bandwagon of like buying or trying to buy really cool shoes, hype shoes. And I really wanted those Chicago colorway Lost and Found. And then I saw a 14-year-old kid wearing it. I'm like, dude, fuck this shit, man. Like, I'm not going to like save my money and like pay crazy amount of money to Mainstreet. So I just like went and like just like did those IDs on the most comfortable shoe I knew.
What do you make?
I'll just make a nice Americano for you.
Sick. So how'd you get into fitness?
I got into fitness because I was born into it. No, actually my father was a bodybuilder.
Oh.
And my mom was always into sports. Wait a second, this might be loud.
So what are you doing right now? What is this?
Making sure that this thing is grinded well and literally going according to the barista who basically taught me. So yeah, and my father was a bodybuilder and we always had a gym. So that is all he knew.
What is happening now?
I'm just making an espresso. We're just going to put your espresso over there and some. You want soda or water?
I'm good with whatever you recommend.
Hey guys, I am not professional at this, okay? This is what I do as a like, recreational thing.
It looks very professional if you ask me. Okay. Let's sit.
Yeah.
So you grew up around fitness and then you tried doing engineering and then got into marketing.
Yeah.
And then how did this format of fitness come to be?
Grew up into fitness, never really thought of fitness as an option. Marketing basically happened because that was the route for MBA. And I wanted to kind of play safe, work for a year, get some experience, understand everything that is supposed to be done. And little did I know that I was just doing sales and business development. So there was a year left between me appearing for an exam for MBA and when my engineering got over. And I was like, you know what, my mom is going to kill me if I'm just sitting at home. I'm just going to classes. So I just like signed up for a job. And I just took the first job for like 13 grands. And then just the monotony of it was so annoying. just going through the same fucking, catching the same bus, going back and asking for lift and meeting the same people. It was just monotonous. And one fine day I just like, you know what, after 10 months I just realized that I can't do this. Well, now while this was happening, during these 10 months I used to go back to my father's gym and work out. And because I used to do these certifications, say for example the kettlebell certification which I did, it was unique and was different way back then, 12 years ago. And that's totally normal. It happens. I breathe.
That's usually me.
So that happened, and because I was doing kettlebell, a lot of people just wanted to work out with me. And I'm like, you dude, if you are working out with me, like you might as well just like pay me for that. So I used to work out with these guys, make more money while working out with people, while I was like doing this for 10 hours in a day. And then I realized that, okay, you know what, this is something I really want to do, and it's great for money. And other than that, I am making some kind of impact in somebody's life. So being looked up to and feeling that kind of importance in somebody's life, that is what made me realize that I want to be a coach.
Interesting.
That is how I got into coaching.
Nice. So here we are, man.
Yeah, there we are.
Beautiful. Awesome, man. Thank you for having us.
Cheers,
Thank
man.
you for making me coffee.
How was the